Hello, good morning. My name is Vicky, and today I'm going to take you through a beautiful yin practice to open up the fascia in the body. You're going to need a bolster and props and maybe a strap if you like. I'm going to start off lying on our backs on the bolster. Just placing your lower back gently on the mat, extending your legs long, opening up your arms, palms facing up, arms by your side, and settling. Taking a deep breath in, and exhale. Just really feeling the weight of your body being held up by the ground. Feeling the contact of your legs on the mat. Feeling the support of your bolster. Your upper back, your head. Lengthening and deepening into your breath. Finding the rhythm. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Like waves of the ocean, brushing up against the shore. Like everything in life, finding this steady rhythm. A slow, energetic wave. Your heart beating in your chest. The currents of the ocean. Setting your intention for this practice. And creating inner peace. A lot of people think that finding this peace is something you're searching for, something outside of you. But it's something that always exists within us. And doing these practices of yin, of mindfulness, allows us the space and the time to tap into that inner source of peace. A lot of us might feel, we find that peace, that joy, whatever, when we get that job or the money we've been waiting for, or that partner. But everything starts within us. No matter where you go, no matter who you come into contact with, whatever is inside of you is always going to be coming out. So we start by doing these mindful practices to cultivate that. To cultivate our awareness of our inner dialogue. Drawing the legs together. Drawing the arms above your head, giving yourself a nice big stretch. If this is too much, you can cactus the arms. And then taking your arms by your side, place your forearms down on the mat to come up, bend your knees if you need to. And just adjusting your bolster to bring it sideways. Placing yourself on the bolster and lying down one more time. So have your sacrum resting on the bolster and drawing the right knee in towards the chest. Interlace your hands on your right shin. Soften your shoulders down and just use the weight of gravity with your hands interlaced on the knee. If this is already too much, you can take a strap, placing the strap on the shin. And what I like to do, instead of gripping with your hands, I like to sort of wrap my hand around the strap, creating a sort of a lock. So you can do this with both hands. And so that then you're actually not even holding onto the strap and you're just using the lock of the wrap around to hold the knee towards the chest. If this is a little bit tight on your left hip flexor, you can always bend the knee slightly. That's so fine, and let the knee splay out. Noticing if any thoughts are coming up. And just referring back to your breath, just using that breath to anchor us back into our bodies again and again and again. Finding that rhythm. And just allowing the thoughts to pass by. It's like clouds in the sky. Passing by. Softening the facial muscles, softening the eye sockets and the jaw. Yin in itself is its own meditation. And you know, those moments of silence, those moments of stillness, they're not empty, they're full of information. And Yin offers us the space to listen to how the body is speaking to us. Listening to the stories that we've accumulated over the weeks, months, maybe even years. And let them go. Take a deep breath in and release the right leg. Extend it long. Just take a moment to feel the echo and the sensation. Draw the left knee in towards the chest, either taking your strap or interlacing your hands around your left shin. Shoulders are soft. Again, you can bend that right knee, let it splay out a little bit if you like, if it's tight on the right hip flexor. And just let gravity do its thing. Maybe you're noticing the difference on this side to the other side. You know, we're always going to have a side that's maybe more dominant or more flexible, has more space. So these practices allow us the opportunity to notice that. You know, without saying, oh, this is my bad side, just noticing if this is the side that needs a bit more love, a bit more attention, a bit more breath, a bit more awareness. using our breath as our bridge to our inner and our outer world. Moving in deeper and deeper. The yin in itself is an act of patience. And patience isn't just simply waiting. It's active allowing. Allowing us to observe. Allowing us the space to come into the peace that's already always there. It's like the ocean. Our bodies are like the ocean. Our mind is like the ocean. You know, on the surface we have these waves crashing, moving. You know, we start to go down a little bit further beneath the surface to the superficial layers where we have these different currents, different schools of life, moving, flowing. And then we go deeper still. And the further we go, we come into this profound stillness. Hence the phrase, still waters run deep. And slowly release your leg, arms by your side, palms up. Just let the echo of that settle. You can bend the knees and slowly roll over onto your right side off the bolster. Pressing yourself up gently, acknowledging that the transitions between postures in yin are super important. You want to move with awareness. Coming into butterfly feet. So unlike in an active practice where we'd be drawing the heels super close to the groin and activating, we're going to create a nice wide diamond shape. And you can grab your blocks. You can grab one or two. I'm just going to show you a few options here. Now, remember, we're not going in at 80%. We're not striving to get down. Yin is really about taking our time and allowing the fascia the space to open. So we go in at 40%. So perhaps in active practice, you'd be going fully down. But here, you know, you can stack your blocks. You can have any height that you want. So I like to start off around here. And I find that after time, my body opens, particularly in the morning. Be mindful of how different your body might be in the morning and in the evening. Sometimes I like to place the blocks actually on my feet. And sometimes I move it a little bit in between. So I tend to find more space happens and I go deeper, but it's not like I'm searching for the space, it just happens. So placing my blocks down, and allow your forehead to rest on block. Create that support on your third eye. Placing the forehead down, you can hold onto your blocks. You can place your hands on your shins. And just let the elbows hang heavy. Some people like to extend their arms long. I can actually feel I have a bit more space today, so I'm going to remove one block and place the block on my feet. And let my head hang heavy here. And allow yourself to be curious about the sensations in the body. Always coming back to the breath. And if you do find that your knees are quite high up here, make the diamond shape a little bit bigger. Sometimes what people do is you can place the blocks a little bit underneath your thighs here. That helps create a bit of support. Remember, the bolsters, the blocks, the props, they're all there to support us. There's no room for ego in yin. Your ego is not your amigo, as I say. Feel supported. We always are supported in life. Sometimes, life throws challenges at us and we can feel a certain way about that. Maybe you don't feel seen or heard, but we are always supported. The universe is always there to catch us when we fall. And no matter what happens in life, all the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it is, everything in life has got you to this moment right here, right now. All the challenges that you've faced have actually been beautiful opportunities to grow through things instead of go through things. If you hadn't had that breakup, lost that job, had that family drama, whatever it is, you wouldn't be here right now, stronger, wiser, met that new person, done that self-growth, found that new job, done that traveling, whatever it is. And that's not always an easy pill to swallow. Because sometimes the things that happen to you aren't the things you wanted or expected. But I promise you, there's a reason for it. And doing these mindful practices allows us to come into the now, where we're not worrying about what's coming next. And we're not thinking about the things that would have happened or the things we shoulda, woulda, coulda done. We're just here breathing into our beautiful bodies. Appreciating the gift of the breath. The peace within us. And slowly use your hands to come up. Taking the block, whatever it is, to one side. Taking your hands behind you for support, fingers towards the front of the room. And just taking your knees over to the right hand side. I like to release my lower back before going into the next posture by taking my hands all the way behind me. You can use your hands on the bolster if it's behind you, just to lift the spine up. Hold here, soften the shoulders. And then turning over to face your right shin. Make sure your legs are at 90-90. So see if you can avoid just drawing the heel towards your glutes. Now, sometimes this can be quite uncomfortable and maybe your knee might be coming up. That's okay. Adjust yourself how you need to. So the thing with yin is discomfort is our friend. It's our teacher. You know, it's not our enemy. You can place a bolster in front of you. Maybe you want to use blocks. I prefer the bolster in this instance because it's a bit softer, because we're going to lean forward over our right shin. Now, for any surfers watching this is a great exercise to work on your hips and opening up their mobility, especially for your pop-ups. Either way, such a good exercise for the hips. So coming down, so maybe if you can't go all the way down, you can place more blocks in front of you for support. Sometimes people like to place their forearms down. I always encourage having the head resting on something because it's that act of supporting. So coming down, and again, maybe there's some discomfort here. There shouldn't be any pain. So if you have sensitivity in the knees, be careful. And you can place your arms on the bolster or maybe by your side and settle into the posture. Again, knowing that this discomfort, this edge that we get to in yin is trying to show us something. And you know, the magic in the yin isn't in the doing of the things, it's in the being, and it comes with time. And that's why we hold the postures here. So we get past the superficial layers of muscle, and we get into the deeper fathoms of the body, into the fascia, into the scaffolding of the body. If your body is like the hard way, think of the body as like the fascia is like the fiber optics of the body, communicating everything. It's such a beautiful, complex, and intricate system that is so much more than just connective tissue. So we come to our edge in yin, in the pose, and we sit there, and that's the way the magic happens. The magic is in the time. Breathe and soften into your hips. Notice if you're holding somewhere, maybe in your foot or your knee, maybe in that right thigh or hip. Notice if you're holding in your shoulders. Soften with your exhale. Anchoring again and again and again. And slowly use your hands to come up. Moving slowly, there might be some sensitivity here. Soften your shoulders, take a moment. Taking your left hand behind you for support, drawing your knees to the center, nice and slow, and taking them over to the left side. We're going to want to take our bolster here, placing it in front of your left shin, making sure your knees are at 90-90. So 90-degree angles, hips, knees, and foot. The foot is flexed, but you're not activating. Then taking your hands behind you over to the left-hand side, finding a bit of height, softening the shoulders. Breathe deep. And then release. And coming down over that left shin. So make sure the heel isn't close to your glutes. But again, I always say in these practices that I might be guiding you through this, but you're your own teacher. You know how it feels for you. You know what feels good, what feels challenging. So I'll guide you through and give you your alignment. And then you find what works best. And settle. Coming back to the breath. Notice if your mind might have wandered. Notice that the moments of silence are intentional. And tapping into the inner peace that's always inside of us. And cultivating our gratitude for simply just being. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, nowhere to be, not striving for anything. We're just simply here in the I am. Allow yourself this beautiful gift of presence. So much can happen on our yoga mats, right? It takes such a journey in the mind, in the body. And these small pieces of rectangle, whether we're doing yoga or exercising or meditating, what a journey our entire being can take in so many ways. And see if you can stay in these moments connected. Whilst we take a journey into the body, feel the connection of your physical body on the ground. Feel the physical contact of your body to your clothes, to your mat, to the ground, to the props. And slowly start to come up. Take a moment to let that settle. Soften your shoulders. Crown of the head is lifted. And then taking your right hand behind you, taking your knees to the center. Okay, coming into fire log pose now, or shoelace. You're going to take the left shin underneath and place it parallel to your body. And you're going to take the right shin on top. So leveling them out. Now it's very normal to then have the knee quite high. Don't worry about that. That's so fine. Again, this might be a bit uncomfortable, and that's okay, but you shouldn't have any pain in the knee. You can make an adjustment if this is really too much and place the shin in front of you. So see how you go and see how this feels. So we're going to do hips and shoulders at the same time here. Now, just placing your hands by your side and just see how that feels. Now we're going to open our arms nice and wide. So it's going to be a great stretch for our shoulders here. Now taking the left arm underneath, interlacing the arms, palms are going to touch. Now maybe you just do one and that's so fine. Drawing the shoulders down. And you can close your eyes here. And maybe this is where you stay. If you want, you can lean forward. Again, lots of options here. You're not lifting the spine and reaching, by the way. You're just tucking the chin. You can even rest the forehead sort of on your hands. And find your space. Maybe if it's accessible, you can just drop the forearms onto your legs. Maybe you want to go further down, and if you want to, maybe you can start with some support. Placing the forearms maybe on the blocks. And again, these can be at any height. Remember, we are always supporting ourselves. We don't have to struggle to achieve anything right now. So find your space. Going at an accessible depth where you can maintain and sustain where you are. And when we do these practices, I say it's like the body's like all these musicians in an orchestra. All different instruments playing different part, different organs, different parts of the body. And then when you do these practices, you do step into your yin and focus on the breath. It's like when the conductor steps onto his pedestal. I'm not sure what it's called. And then he just starts to play. He starts to guide the entire orchestra. And this beautiful symphony starts to play. The body starts to harmonize. Harmonize with the rhythm of your breath. Harmonize with your intention you set in your practice. And you elevate your frequency. You elevate your internal music, your internal tune, your internal energy, to play your own melody. Notice if you're holding in the feet or the hips. Soften your shoulders. Embrace the discomfort. And slowly start to come up, unravel the arms. Let that settle. Okay, we're going to go to the other side. Use your hands, take them behind you, swap out the legs. If you need to use your hands, that's so fine. Place the right shin underneath you this time. Left shin on top, stacking them evenly. Any stillness. And again, if you need to move the foot in front, that's so fine. If the knee is up here, that's okay. Remember, there's no one that we're performing for. There's no invisible audience. You're just doing this for yourself. Open up your arms nice and wide. And then take the right arm underneath the left this time. Palms together. Of course, if at any point this is also not accessible, you can always hold onto your shoulders. You can still get a nice deep stretch in the shoulders and the delts here. So I like to just lift my shoulders up slightly first. Close my eyes, tuck my chin, lean the torso forward if that's where you want to go. And then find your degree. Maybe you just settle down here. Maybe you go further. Maybe you rest your elbows on your shins, hands on the blocks. I have more space on this side. So I'm going to go a little deeper. And be curious about the sensations without locking into it and creating a narrative behind it. Just notice. Notice what comes up. Maybe it feels really good. Maybe it's a bit challenging. Maybe it's a bit character building. It's normal when we start to unlock our hips to feel a sense of maybe even frustration or annoyance or even boredom. You know, our hips are closely connected to our root chakra. It's our primal energy center, you know, feelings of safety, security, anger, frustration. It's the primal energy, the base. So it's very normal to start to feel those things. It's normal to feel emotion in yin, because we're moving the energy in the body, and when we're moving the energy in the body, it's energy in motion, it's emotion. But the good news is that as we're releasing that, that's exactly what it is. It's a release. We're letting it out of the body. We're gifting ourselves the opportunity to let go. Letting go of the grip, letting go of things that don't serve us anymore. You're little by little, incrementally, when you do these practices, you start to truly notice the difference, not just in the physical body, but in your emotional well-being. And slowly start to come up, release your hands. Arms by your side. And just feel the echo. Now taking your hands on your knees, releasing, rolling onto our shins. Going to come into tabletop position. Stacking your bolster, all your blocks in front of you, whatever you prefer. Again, I'm going to give you a few options here. First of all, We're just going to do cat and cow for the spine. I just think it's so nice and juicy. So spreading the fingers wide, your knees are stacked underneath your hips. You're going to soften your belly, lift your gaze, draw the shoulders back and down the body. Inhale, lift the chin. And we're going to stay here for the exhale. Feel the decompression of your upper thoracic. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Nice and gently tuck the tailbone around the spine, draw the navel in. Drop the crown of the head down, press the ground away from you. Feel the skin of your back broadening as you come into cat. Stay for your inhale. And stay for your exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Neutralize your spine. Leaning onto your left hand, lean to the left side a little bit, taking your right hand underneath your right leg, and placing the right foot in line with the left hand. Now, coming to lizard or dragon pose. It's going to be a deep hip opener, making sure at first that the knee is stacked above the ankle, but if you feel like you want to let the knee out to the side for this practice, you can. You can stay here. Now, I like to sort of give lots of options. You find what's best to you, just make it sustainable. So you're going to place your hands either onto the bolster or onto the mat, coming down onto your forearms, if you like. And what I quite like to do is always have my head supported. So you can place your forearms maybe on the bolster and have your head on a block. You can have lots of height variations here. This is my choice for today. Take a deep breath in. And settle. Now remember, we're going in at 40% here. We're not going in strong. We need to make this a sustainable posture. And this will certainly perhaps be quite a character building one. So be compassionate with yourself. Returning to the breath. Allowing yourself to simply be. Return to that deep ocean within you. Softening your jaw. Notice if you're holding in the face at all. And softening your shoulders if you can. Notice if you're holding the glute or the hip or even the hip flexor. And send love, awareness and breath into any resistance that you might be feeling. Because what resists will persist. So soften where you can. Breathe in that awareness. And exhale. Soften the area. You can do this, I promise. Inviting your curiosity, inviting your self-compassion and your peace. And slowly place your hands down on the mat. Mindfully draw the hips back slowly. You can extend your right leg. Just for a moment. Maybe you want to shift the weight backwards and forwards twice. And then take that right knee back, coming into tabletop. And just doing one circle with the knee, one direction, lubricating the hip. And then the other should feel really good. Ooh, yeah. And then rotating the hips together. Maybe you want to drop the hips from side to side. You can even drop the hip down. And then coming to stillness, and we're going to meet on the other side. So lean over to the right, take your left hand underneath your knee, draw that left foot forward or heel toe it. Excuse me, so it's in line with the right hand. Find your variation. So maybe you're here, maybe you drop the hips a little bit lower. And again, you're going to notice now, particularly in this posture, which is your more favored side. I never say we have bad sides. We have good sides and we have character building sides, right? So this for me for sure is my side that needs a bit more love and attention, my left side. Excuse me. And then meet yourself where you're at. Find your pose. Be here for a few minutes, so settle in. Get comfy. And just be explorative with the sensations. Be intentional with your breath. And let your internal symphony start to play its music. Because music is life, right? Everything is frequency, everything is vibrating, everything is energy. And just allow the intelligence of the body to speak softly. These days we're so indoctrinated into just not listening to what our body wants. Everything is so fast-paced. We're living in the yan all the time, the yan of life. And sometimes people think that resting seems as being lazy, but it's not. It's so important. We need the yin and the yang. We need to have movement in order to understand stillness. We need the day and the night. We need the seasons, we need the summer and the winter. The winter is so important for regeneration. Everything needs to die in order to be reborn. Nature knows this. Nature, she just gets everything done and she's never in a hurry, right? We have so much we can learn from her. Always providing, giving us life. Gratitude for that. Thank you. So this gift of listening, where instead of, when we get a headache, we decide to take a pill for it. Maybe we can start to go, well, why have I got a headache? Am I stressed? Have I been in the sun too long? Am I dehydrated? Have I slept enough? And get to the source and use our internal pharmacy to rewrite that story without reaching for the external things. Again, finding what's inside of us. Our beautiful body is this accessible pharmacy that we have all the time. Instead of putting a plaster on it, we can alleviate any symptoms at the source through our awareness practices. Place your hands down on the mat if you're on your forearms. Slowly shift the weight back. Ooh, that should feel really good. And then shift the weight backwards and forwards. Taking the left knee back, stacking your arms so that you're in tabletop. Big circle, isolating at the hip, taking the knee forward and then back. And then rocking the hips round side to side. Should feel really good. I know it does for me. And then slowly coming onto our backs. Coming into Shavasana. Placing the bolster underneath our thighs for support. And this is actually also really great if you have any sensitivity in the lower back. So lying on your back is a bit uncomfortable. Placing bolsters and blocks in your Shavasana is a great solution. So coming down, making sure you have space. So let the legs flop open, arms by your side, palm facing up. And take a deep breath in for 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Sip a bit more air, sip a bit more air, sip a bit more. Anything you want to let go of in this moment, intentionally take a deep breath out, side out. Oh, let's do one more just because it's so nice. So mindfully gather up the breath. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Sip a bit more, sip a bit more, sip a bit more. Anything that might have come up in your practice that you don't need, that isn't serving you, that you want to let go of today, let it out. Melt. Shavasana. Posture of integration. Feel the support of everything around you in this moment. Feel your heart beating in your chest. Feel the warm glow of peace that you've cultivated, the space you've created, and the awareness. And slowly coming back, you can wiggle your fingers or your toes, maybe take your arms up above your head. Give yourself a nice big stretch. And then bending your knees, rolling over onto your right side. Coming into the fetal position. The first shape we ever make. The shape we are created in. And slowly pushing your way back up into a comfortable seated position. And just feeling your sit bones rooting you down, lengthening through the spine, softening your shoulders. I invite you to place your hands at your heart center if you like. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a beautiful day further. If you like this video, please like and follow for more. Take care. Bye.